Shrek, yo, what's your favorite cuisine? I eat frogs and bugs and dung beetle pie. Sometimes I eat my snot and I don't know why.
Hi, I'm Bob. And every time I go to the orthopedics, they hit me with a chainsaw. I'm not too happy about the results, but I am happy about the satisfaction of bleeding in a local office. Here's another witness on the scene that has been a part of this great masterpiece.
There is blood everywhere. I just want to go home. Can I go home?
She's a very satisfied client. We also have another client. Her name is Rondell, and she did very well through her first treatment.
Hi. I really enjoyed my treatment. I can't see straight, but the doctor said it was fine. It was normal. My teeth look great though.
Everybody's happy with the product, so why not come join us? Get hit by a local chainsaw today in your town. Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome, guys. Or welcome back if you have been watching all of our podcasts. If you have not, I'm Christina. This is my brother Spencer. And we made this podcast to just talk about, or show that communication is key in all aspects of life. If there's anything that we talk about that you would like to hear us talk about more, or something that you don't hear us talk about that you would love our opinion on, you can always let us know on our social media, or you can let us know in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. And we're on Spotify, so if you're on your daily run or you're getting hit with a chainsaw at the local dentist office, you can just pop them earbuds in and listen to us talk.
It doesn't matter what happens, every intro you know that you're going to experience getting hit by something. You know, whether you're swimming with the dolphins or you're eating lunch with the sharks, like it doesn't matter. As long as you got the pods in, waterproof, water resistant up to a certain amount, you can listen. So thank you all for tuning in, and let's get into today's program.
Oh my gosh.
Watch that be like the new AI thing. Everybody's like, what is the movie where they're all like really fat and they're on these things? Oh, I think it's WALL-E. It's when WALL-E sees all of this.
WALL-E, yeah.
Yeah, where they're all sitting down like that and they're like seeing a screen, which is already coming to be a reality because, you know, you have Neuralink that is basically shown that you can move a mouse or cursor just with your mind. Of course, there's a lot more research that has to be done, but if you could just have the screen right in front of you, you can imagine it all. And Facebook kind of has that with Meta. They're making a new one where you don't have the giant Oculus on, that you have something else. That's if they're still together. I think Oculus and them are still together. But anyways, the concept of that.
It's just so crazy that we've made movies to show what happens if our technology gets too advanced, in cases of WALL-E, where, you know, they end up in space because they've destroyed the Earth. And, like, it shows what happens, and yet we're still like, oh yeah, let's continue to go down this path, even though we've made literal movies showing the bad things that can happen if we do that.
Yeah, I think it's a good part of movies because it shows you the good and bad side of what can happen. Now, depending on how you interpret it, somebody might think, I love the bad thing that just happened, because they're like the evil, like villain is like their archetype that they go through life with.
Their auto.
Yeah, it might be their autopilot as well too.
No, I mean the villain in WALL-E is Otto.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's the automatic system for the ship.
Oh.
They call him Otto.
It's very peaceful, like the way that they describe and show WALL-E compared to like other movies where it's like, yeah, you're getting leached off your blood and all the humans are in these like chambers and they're getting all of that drawn away from them. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not PG. I can see why they're not showing that to kids. But I think WALL-E's is actually unrealistic though. I don't think that that could happen, because why would they take fat people into space? They would just die here.
No. They weren't fat when they got onto the spaceship. It was because they were sitting in those chairs and didn't get up and were in that screen. That's when they got fat, because they weren't moving. They were just eating and watching things on a screen all day.
Because they had nothing else to do. They couldn't go out or go outside, break the glass, be like, hey guys, we found a route to a new planet.
And then they couldn't breathe because
Exactly.
they need a spacesuit now.
But that's if that's true. Do you think that's true? Like if you
that
go
we
to
can't
space?
breathe in space? Yeah.
I don't know. I have
Let's test it out.
Let's test it out. We have a rocket in the backyard. It's one of those little
we
ones.
don't
I'll
even
ride
have
it.
a backyard, but okay.
We do. Everybody saw it when we threw the tree.
Actually, they didn't see where you threw it. It was too dark outside.
I felt like they had some like indication, but they also thought there was a few comments, not real, just ones in my head, that they were like, "Yeah, he's throwing it into the void."
I mean, it was dark outside.
Yeah.
The tree's actually gone. It went into the void. We no longer have a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when Christmas comes around, just know that your donations are welcome.
It'll actually just be AI generated on the screen.
Oh my gosh. That will start being a thing as well, too.
That's already a thing. You can do that when you go on like Zoom meetings. You can have a completely different background behind you.
Oh, yeah. It's a little... I've noticed that with some of the ads, they're actually not up to the capabilities of where I thought they would be when they're trying to like show the person, like whether it's a green screen or they make their own. There's this one commercial, I want to say it was for like eBay, like drop shipping type of stuff. It was like creating your own little business like that. And I remember seeing this lady on there, and the background that was behind her was just all sorts of messed up. It was like trying to pixelate, but it was messing up pixelization. And I'm like, how did they get that to go to advertisement? Like, I feel like you would fix that issue and then sell your product.
Unless they purposely meant for it to look like that.
I don't think they would, because most people would kind of find that annoying. That's what I found it as. I don't even remember what the thing was. I just know that that was an issue. I'm like, why didn't they have? Well,
you remembered it though, which is, I mean, the point of most advertisements is so that you'll remember it.
Yeah, but I don't know what the product is, so I can't even help them out in that regard.
Are you trying to help them out?
No.
It seems like you didn't like the ad very much.
Well, exactly. That's what's going to ruin their sales. I'm just trying to help them.
Oh, you want to be a part of their sales team?
No.
He's submitting his resume in.
Just know that I'm qualified. I worked at Toys R Us for like 2 weeks. And I worked at a mine for like 2 months. It was one of those iron ore mines where you can't breathe.
What does it have to do with advertising? Neither of those
both
things.
of those tie in, because when you're playing with toys as a kid and when you're an adult working in the mine, or maybe a kid working in the mine like back in the day, you get a combination of having the experience to do anything you want.
You know what's still on? The washing machine.
No, I understand that it is. I don't think they'll be able to hear it because, we're pretty good about coverage on that, but we'll see. If not, they're going to hear the AI generated sounds that made our bodies here today.
That made our bodies here?
Yes, because apparently we can teleport.
Okay. Somebody said that, I saw this earlier, that if you get on a plane, it's not actually a plane ride, it's time travel. But they use AI to make it seem like it's a plane ride.
I could see that because I would think that time travel would be like the Portal situation of you walking into the plane and then you going way up into the sky. You could, for all you know, you could have went to the Bahamas and had a little drink.
That's where I was heading, actually.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
And then you got stuck in the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know why I can't pronounce stuff right now. Bermuda Triangle. It's weird. It's like, this is a weird thing that I've noticed. My facial shape has been changing. I'm noticing more definition on my face. And I wonder if it's because I talk a lot. But then now I'm wondering, I'm like, wait a minute. Now my mouth might be too small for these muscles. So I'm going, no, but I can't actually, I guess, enunciate correctly.
Enunciate? Enunciate? What are you announcing? Are you
I'm
part of the NFL?
No, I'm announcing that my literacy levels have declined. And I'm looking for somebody to give me a grant so I can go to Zimbabwe and talk with the tigers and the cheetahs.
You didn't even say that correctly either.
Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe.
I'm thinking of like the bobbers that are in the fishing lines.
That's in the fishing lines, or the ones that sit in the water?
Well, they're through the fishing line.
I thought you were talking about the little bowies that sit in the water.
Oh, I fight those. It's
And
like
then they
a
just
1-2,
bounce back
1-2.
and hit you.
Oh, I mean,
You just get KO'd in the water.
John Cena wasn't there to witness it.
Because you can't see him.
He was actually like in a boat just cruising. What's up, man?
But you couldn't see him, so all you hear is "What's up, man?" You're like, "God."
And then I'm talking and having a whole conversation. We were late.
You were late to what?
I relate to the God. I'm like,
You said I'm late. I was like, late to what? Where are you going? I thought you were just beating up the
it
bowie.
was the Mockingbird competition. It was who can fly the best.
Wait, what happened to you beating up the bowie in the water?
I got busy with other things. The Bowie doesn't require all my time. He gets KO'd in about 5 seconds. So
You get KO'd in 5 seconds. He just keeps bouncing back.
it just shows me like floating in the water, KO'd.
It's just like done.
and then somebody's floaty comes over and eventually taps me, and I wake up and I'm like, huh?
And then it's like round 2. It shows you on one side and the Bowie on the other. It shows
And
your
the
health at the top of the
and
screen.
the Bowie got bigger too for the round 2 because he beat me the first time.
He gained your part of your energy.
So what I did this time is I actually came underneath, like I went underneath the water, and then I bobbed him up like a little bobber would be, and he was able to smack me down to the ocean floor. And that time they had to send the paramedics because I had water in my lungs.
Then you're dead.
No, that does not mean that. It can evaporate.
The sun just somehow is pulling water out of
Yes, let the sun guide you.
you. You're not supposed to go towards the light.
You're supposed to look at the light.
Yep, he's gone.
You know, scientists actually did that. Oh, I'm forgetting his name, but he was, I believe, a psychologist. And he had looked up at the sun, I think, for 2 hours, and he thought he was going to go blind afterwards. He did not, though. But he did lose a large sense of his sight after doing that.
He didn't go blind, but he still can't see.
John Cena.
He really can't see John Cena. He can't even see the camel trucks that be driving on the road.
You said camel truck?
Camo.
Oh. You could have just said military arsenal or militias.
No, I'm
No,
talking about
militia
that
wouldn't
camo truck that we saw when we were driving on the highway. You remember? And I was like, hey, look, it's just a floating window.
I do recall you stating this. I was thinking that he meant like a personnel, like, you know, you had the warthog or something.
No, this isn't World War III yet.
That is Halo. That is not World War III, unless it's played on that scale. They're like, Halo Reach match right now.
Like, this is how we're going to settle it video game style.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's going to get hurt except for your feelings.
Just you yelling at the screen.
Or if you
No!
lose in the battle, what if they killed you in real life?
That was like that movie we talked about. Did you ever watch it? Don't worry, darling. It's on Netflix now.
Let's just say probably not.
No, I know you didn't.
Oh, okay. You know my schedule. First he shits in his diaper in the morning. Second, he goes to brush his teeth, but he actually uses a sock. Then I walk out and I go sleep in the oven nap. I already went to sleep. I nap in the oven for 2 minutes on 170.
Woke up. How are you going to take a nap again? Did brushing your teeth take all your energy that you're like, I need a nap?
I use razor wire as well too, mixed in with the sock. So
now you're bleeding in the oven and baking.
I'm roasting.
You come out and the blood's all dry now.
I'm like, ready for the day.
It's not a sunburn. It's actually oven burn.
Oven baked. Next, I'll try the air fryer.
I don't think you can fit in there.
I can't. Well, you think I can fit inside the oven?
Let's test it out. Let me turn it on first.
Bring the camera.
No.
Yes, bring the middle camera.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
All bubble blowing babies will be beaten senseless.
oh man, and the people are going to be so upset. We can just show them like that like waiting screen, boom, 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 and just make them crazy. Okay, let's see. Can I get an oven?
You're gonna have to
Why
take-
should have already been on the entire time?
This is actually my master plan.
It's actually on self-clean mode, which goes up to like 1,000 degrees. Get inside.
This is like that horror movie where he's like, get in the oven.
Mhm.
Oh my god, you're gonna break our oven.
I don't think I can, but it was a good test.
Oh my god.
Go reset up the camera. They're gonna kill us.
Okay, so it turns out he can't fit into the oven.
No.
What, is that like your dream location? You're like, instead of the Barbie cruise ship, you're like, the oven!
The easy bake I was able to fit when I was 1 year old.
No, even then you wouldn't be able to.
Also, that was
You'd have
still
to be
bad
a cell.
English.
You'd have to be a literal cell to fit into an easy bake oven.
And then I'm like telling mom when I'm in the room, I'm like, hey, I need to get in the easy bake.
She just like,
And she keeps thinking easy bake. It sounds like a zombie. Easy bake.
I mean, technically, I mean, kids do that. I feel like for like cravings when women are pregnant, when they crave random things.
I'm sorry. Are you implying that they're gonna eat the easy bake
No.
oven? Because that's another way to get inside of an easy bake.
No, then the easy bake would be inside you.
Exactly. I'd be made at the easy bake. Beep beep.
That's not what the easy bake sounds like. It's like ding.
I'm a broken edition. Remember, I only absorb parts. I'm actually the upgraded version of it. Please enter muffin. It even talks back to you too.
Wait, do you remember when we had those diaries where you had to like use your voice to get it open? But we found out a way to open it anyways.
I don't know about this. I remember diaries, but they had like locks on them. I don't know about this
No.
voice one.
We used to have a voice one where you had to like say hello and then the thing would open and be like, welcome back.
I remember something like that. Okay, I need to know, is this freaky or not? You know those little carousels when you open them and it's like a little princess?
Yeah.
Like that type of stuff. Is it creepy? Or do you find it like, I'd have it in my room?
I feel like it's creepy, but only because the only time I've ever seen them in like a movie or a show is during like a creepy scene where they're like running away from someone and they like open the box and they find like Joe's ring and they're like, oh my god, he's alive. And you're like, oh no. And then the guy comes in and he's like, put your hands up.
Oh
Or he like
my
comes to
goodness.
tackle you on the floor. He's like, no, you can't know about this. That's the only time that I've ever seen like one of those boxes. I've never had one. So I associate creepiness with it.
That is definitely fair. I would associate creepiness too, although I have seen one in person. I just feel like
It was
when
yours.
oh, I thought you said I was using it indoors. Of course I am. I don't go outside, but people could. They could have like little rituals with it. That's what's scary about them. I feel like whenever somebody opens the box, they're like talking to it. They're like, "You're gonna bring the worst wishes onto this person, and you're gonna do it bluntly. Kill them." And then you close the box.
Dang, what is there, a demon in there?
Well,
Instead
that's
of
what I'm thinking, because when you open it, it's like staring at you like this as it's going around, and you're like, that
Okay.
ain't the princess I know about.
That ain't Rapunzel. Who's that?
That has to be like Snoopy or something like that.
Why didn't you say like Megamind
I
or
was
something?
gonna say like a part of Snow White's crew. What are their names?
Wait, but the dwarves aren't the bad characters.
No, but what are their names?
It's the evil queen.
I know they are not, but they were the ones I was thinking of. And then Stumpy.
Well, you have a laptop. Look it up.
Whoa! I have a laptop.
I don't know what their names are. It's been a hot minute.
What?
No quieren hacerme un 4 porque los malos, tú con el 1 y el 3 soy yo. 4 letras trae el mando, Jalisco cuidando y en Guanajuato el donde ando yo. Ya pasaron las blindadas, dice un camarada, no es gobierno, va arriba el señor.